January 3rd, 2026, 2:47 a.m., a CH-47 Chinook helicopter screams through Venezuelan airspace at 180 miles per hour. Inside, Nicolás Maduro sits zip-tied, blindfolded, wearing nothing but silk pajamas. 12 Delta Force operators surround him. His wife screams in Spanish beside him. 43 minutes from now, he'll land on American soil. 6 hours from now, he'll stand before a federal judge. But right now, nobody can explain how this happened. How do you kidnap a sitting president from inside his own palace, protected by Russian S-400 missiles, Cuban intelligence, and 50,000 loyal troops? Before we break down every second of this operation, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment telling us where you're watching from, because what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about special operations. This mission didn't start on January 3rd. It started 5 years earlier, with a phone call, a betrayal, and $50 million in cash. August 2020. CIA headquarters, Langley, Virginia. An encrypted call comes in from Caracas. The caller, a high-ranking officer in Venezuela's military counterintelligence. Codename Cardinal. He's been on Maduro's security detail for 8 years. He knows every rotation, every safe house, every escape route. And he's tired of watching his country collapse while Maduro flies cocaine to Miami and stacks euros in Swiss banks. Cardinal wants out, but first, he wants $50 million, immunity for his family, and a new life in America. The CIA agrees. For the next 4 years, Cardinal feeds them everything. Maduro's daily schedule, his mistresses, his bunkers, the locations of gold reserves, the names of every Chinese intelligence officer in Caracas. But here's the critical piece of intelligence Cardinal provides. In November 2024, Maduro is diagnosed with stage 2 colon cancer. He's getting treatments in Havana every 6 weeks. Cuban doctors, Russian medications. The trips are secret. Not even his cabinet knows. And every time Maduro leaves for Havana, palace security drops to 40% capacity for 36 hours. That intelligence sits on a desk at CIA headquarters for 3 months, until Donald Trump returns to the White House, January 20th, 2025, Trump's second inauguration. That night, during a private dinner, Trump asks CIA Director Bill Burns one simple question. Can we get Maduro? Burns pulls out a folder, Operation Cardinal, 5 years of intelligence. Trump reads for 20 minutes. Then he looks up and says, 3 words, make it happen. But here's the problem. You can't just fly into Caracas and grab a head of state. Venezuela has Russian S-400 air defense systems, Cuban intelligence embedded in every government office, Chinese surveillance technology monitoring every phone call, every email, every text message in the country. One leak, one intercepted communication, and the mission dies before it starts. So the CIA builds a cover story. Operation Distant Thunder. Official mission, massive military exercises in the Caribbean. Naval drills, air superiority training, show of force to Cuba and Nicaragua. Completely routine. Nobody suspects it's cover for the largest snatch-and-grab operation in modern history. March 2025. The USS Iwo Jima, an amphibious assault ship, deploys to the Caribbean. Official mission, counter-narcotics operations. Real mission, floating staging base, 70 miles north of Venezuela in international waters. On board, members of JSOC Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, the Night Stalkers, the most lethal helicopter pilots on Earth. They start training for one mission: penetrate Caracas airspace, extract one target, get out alive. But they need one more thing. They need Maduro to be in Caracas, not Havana, not hiding in a bunker. They need him exposed. And Trump has a plan for that. November the 14th, 2025. Trump calls Maduro directly. No State Department, no diplomats. Just Trump on a secure line speaking through a translator. Trump offers a deal. Step down peacefully. Go into exile in Cuba or Russia. Keep your money, keep your freedom. Or stay in power and face consequences. Maduro laughs. He thinks Trump is bluffing. He tells Trump that Venezuela is a sovereign nation, that America has no authority, that he'll die before he surrenders. Trump's response is ice cold. We'll see about that. The call is recorded, leaked to the press 3 days later. Maduro calls it American imperialism. He gives a defiant speech in Caracas, vows to stay in power for life. That's exactly what Trump wanted, because now Maduro feels invincible. Now he gets careless. December 2025, CIA surveillance picks up increased activity. Maduro cancels his December trip to Havana. Why? he's meeting with Chinese diplomats. China is offering Venezuela a $10 billion infrastructure deal in exchange for oil rights. It's the biggest deal of Maduro's presidency. He can't miss it. The meeting is scheduled for January 2nd, 2026 at Miraflores Palace. After the meeting, Maduro plans to fly to Havana for treatment, but Cardinal has already told the CIA everything. The exact time Maduro will be in the palace, the fact that his personal security will be light because most guards will be preparing for the Havana trip, and most importantly, Maduro will be sleeping in the palace that night, not in a bunker, not in a safe house, in his bedroom. 3rd floor, East Wing, that's the window, that's the moment. December the 31st, 2025. New Year's Eve, while Americans count down to midnight, Trump signs the mission authorization at Mar-a-Lago. Operation Absolute Resolve. Capture Nicolás Maduro. Bring him to American soil. Charge him with narcoterrorism, drug trafficking, money laundering, crimes against humanity. Mission parameters: capture, not kill, minimal Venezuelan casualties, 0 American losses, extraction within 4 hours. Failure is not an option. January 1st, 2026. Delta Force receives final briefing. The team leader is an operator codenamed Hatchet, 22 years in special operations, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Yemen. If anyone can pull this off, it's Hatchet. His team, 40 operators. 12 will breach the palace, 8 will provide overwatch, 20 will secure the perimeter and extraction point. Every operator has studied 3-dimensional models of Miraflores Palace for 6 months. They know every hallway, every staircase, every exit. They've rehearsed the breach 157 times at a replica facility in North Carolina. They know the mission down to the second, but no plan survives first contact. January 2nd, 2026. 11 a.m. Caracas time. Maduro meets with Chinese envoy Li Jiang for 3 hours. They discuss oil contracts, infrastructure investments, military cooperation. By 2 p.m. the meeting ends. Maduro is in a good mood. He's just secured $10 billion for Venezuela. That night he celebrates with a private dinner. By midnight the palace is quiet. Maduro goes to bed. He has no idea that 70 miles north, on the USS Iwo Jima, 40 Delta Force operators are gearing up. Night vision goggles, suppressed HK-4116 rifles, breaching charges, flex cuffs, tactical medical kits. Every piece of equipment checked 3 times. At the same time, 6 F-22 Raptor stealth fighters launch from Homestead Air Force Base in Florida. They arrive over Venezuelan airspace by 10 p.m., flying at 40,000 feet. Invisible to radar, their mission, the moment the operation starts, take out Venezuela's air defense network, S-400 batteries, radar installations, command centers. Without air defenses, Venezuela is blind. Meanwhile, a CIA Reaper drone circles Caracas at 25,000 feet. Thermal imaging cameras watch the palace, every heat signature mapped, guard rotations confirmed, Maduro's location verified. 3rd floor, East Wing, bedroom. He's asleep. January 3rd, 2026. 12:30 a.m. USS Iwo Jima's flight deck roars to life. 6 MH-47 Chinooks spin up their rotors. 8 MH-60 Blackhawks prepare for launch. 40 Delta Force operators board the helicopters. No talking, only hand signals. Hatchet looks at his team. These are the best soldiers America has ever produced. He gives one final order: bring everyone home. The Armada lifts off, flying south toward Venezuela. Low altitude, 150 feet above the black water of the Caribbean. No lights, no radio chatter. Total silence. F-22s orbit overhead. 3 Navy destroyers stand by in case Venezuela's Navy tries to intervene. 1:45 a.m., the helicopters cross into Venezuelan waters. Still no detection. Venezuelan radar operators see nothing. The helicopters are flying too low. 1:58 a.m., 2 minutes to strike. F-22s receive the execute order. They fire. AGM-88. HARM missiles streak toward Venezuelan radar installations. 12 radar sites across Caracas go dark in 9 seconds. Venezuela's air defense network is blind. 2 a.m. Caracas erupts. Explosions rock Fuerte Tiuna military base. Explosions at Francisco de Miranda Air Base. Explosions at La Guaira port. But these aren't invasion strikes. They're diversions. Tomahawk cruise missiles launched from Navy destroyers offshore, hitting ammunition depots and fuel storage facilities. No casualties, just noise, fire, chaos. Venezuelan military scrambles. Troops rush toward the bases. Air raid sirens wail across the city. Civilians think it's an invasion. They flee to shelters, to basements, to subway tunnels. Maduro's palace guard rushes toward the explosions. And that's exactly what the Americans want. Because while every Venezuelan soldier is looking at the fires, nobody is watching the palace. 2:03 am. 6 Chinooks scream across Caracas airspace at 180 miles per hour, flying 120 feet above the buildings. Civilians look up, terrified. Black helicopters, American helicopters. The rotor wash shakes windows. Car alarms go off across the city. Venezuelan Air Force tries to scramble jets from Valencia Air Base. Too late. F-22s are already overhead. Venezuelan pilots receive a radio warning in Spanish. Return to base, or you will be destroyed. They turn back. 2:07 am. Lead Chinook reaches Miraflores Palace. The palace is a massive colonial-era building in the center of Caracas, surrounded by walls, guard towers. Normally 200 soldiers protect it. Tonight, because of the diversionary explosions, only 40 guards remain. They're confused, disorganized, looking toward the fires on the horizon. Nobody's watching the sky. 2:08 am. Fast ropes drop from the Chinook. 12 Delta operators slide down onto the palace roof in 8 seconds. 2 palace guards hear the rotor noise. They turn, look up, see the helicopter. Too late. Suppressed gunfire. 2 shots each. The guards drop. The operators move like shadows, breaching the rooftop access door in 4 seconds. Stairwell. Night vision turns the darkness into green light. They descend. 3rd floor, east wing, Maduro's bedroom. 2:10 am. Operators reach the 3rd floor hallway. 2 guards standing outside Maduro's bedroom see shapes moving in the darkness. They raise their rifles. Suppressed shots drop them before they can fire. The operators move fast. Muscle memory, no hesitation. 2:12 am. They reach Maduro's bedroom door. Solid mahogany, reinforced steel frame. An operator places a shaped breaching charge on the hinges. 3-second countdown. The explosion is muffled but powerful. The door blows inward. Smoke fills the room. Inside, Nicolás Maduro sits up in bed, confused, disoriented. Celia Flores screams. 2 operators rush in. One yanks Maduro out of bed, slams him face first onto the floor. Flex cuffs around his wrists. Tight. Maduro's face goes pale. He realizes what's happening. You can't do this. I'm the president of Venezuela. The operator doesn't respond. He just lifts Maduro like a suitcase and moves toward the door. 2:14 am. Operators move Maduro and Celia Flores toward the stairwell. They reach the roof. A Chinook hovers overhead. Rotors screaming. Fast ropes drop. Operators clip Maduro into a harness. He's lifted into the sky, kicking, screaming. By 2:16 am, all operators are aboard. Extraction complete. The Chinook banks hard, flying north at maximum speed. Venezuelan forces finally realize what happened. Fighter jets scramble from Valencia Air Base, but F-22s intercept them. Venezuelan pilots receive another warning. This time, an F-22 locks onto a Venezuelan Su-30. The Venezuelan pilot sees the missile warning light on his console. He turns back. No shots fired. 2:34 am. The helicopters cross into international waters. Venezuelan missiles can't reach them. They're safe. Inside the Chinook, Maduro sits on the floor. Zip-tied, blindfolded, he's muttering in Spanish. Prayers, curses, threats. The operators ignore him. Mission accomplished. 3:18 am. The Chinooks land on the USS Iwo Jima. Maduro is pulled out, still in his silk pajamas, still zip-tied. DEA agents are waiting. FBI agents photograph him, document everything. A Navy medic checks his vitals. Blood pressure elevated. Heart rate 120. But he's healthy. He'll stand trial. By 8:15 am, Maduro lands in Florida. Transferred to a federal detention facility in Miami. Fingerprinted. Photographed. Processed like any other criminal. By 9 am, he's sitting in a cell. Concrete walls. Steel bed. Toilet in the corner. Now he's prisoner number 26, down 437. 11 am. Trump holds a press conference at Mar-a-Lago. Last night, American forces conducted a precision operation to apprehend Nicolás Maduro. The room erupts with questions. Trump smiles, walks off the stage. Mission accomplished. This operation changed everything. It demonstrated that American Special Operations Forces can execute the impossible.